Here we go. Biggest draft of the year. $500. Public Fantrax. This is full PPR. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen me. This is like my 12th stream. My psycho ass plays 25 leagues. I think I'm in 17 Fantrax. 7 home leagues, give or take. We're ready to get this going, though. I have the 5th pick. That is what's up. I like that. Have not had a 5th. I don't think I've had a 5th slot. Maybe one. I definitely have not had the 6th pick. So we got 6 minutes. Start a little early. You want to come in and ask some questions? We got smell. This is PPR, Bill. Full PPR, 3 receivers and a flex. So here's the starting roster spots. 4 for a passing touchdown. I guess the caveat is it's 20 yards per point opposed to 25. So pocket passers can get moved up a bit. I think it's still scrambler centric. Change my name here. I never changed it. There we go. Let's see if it updates. It won't, so I'm going to back out for a second. There we go. All right. We are ready to rock. Lower this a little bit. Get my handsome, my nice body in there, you know what I mean? Want to get the body in there as much as we can. When you got this kind of body, you want to show it off, right? 6 foot 240, all muscle. Hey-oh. What up, Caps? 5th pick, baby. I don't mind that. So not a lot of the usual names because I've been doing all 250s. I feel like the $500 crowd's a little different. 6 rings I've played with, like last year in the 500. Study Bitcoin's pretty good. Sucks he's close to me. All TDs. I played with them last year. It was okay. I did 1 draft with them this year, and it was like we graded it as the worst fucking team. So we will see. My voice is just shot right now. I have been drinking and drafting and partying for like 10 straight days, dude. Caps asks, are you going to approach the draft differently? No, I don't think so. I think I stick to my guns. Maybe since this is my most important league, I'm going to put a premium on a few guys that I hanging my hat on, that I like. Tucker Kraft, sadly enough. I actually just traded for him in a home league. I only have him in 4 or 5 spots so far. I have 8 more leagues after this. Well, 7 more after this one. I don't want to leave with less than like 8 shares. Other than that, just take value, man. That's what I've been doing all year. So like I have a lot of Justin Fields. Like early guys, I kind of just take wherever the value is, and like in the long run, that's a good strategy. You're saying, who is this? A different guy? You're saying? No, I'm taking value this year, man. Like early rounds, I want to diversify a little bit, and like I'm not a Bucky guy, but if Bucky falls to me at 22, I'm gonna take him. The player you want 8 shares. Oh, Tucker Kraft. That's the dude. I want more than 8 Tucker Kraft shares, but I've taken Evan Ingram. Like I've actually gotten like Tyler Warren in the last couple drafts. I've gotten him, like someone's taken Kraft ahead of Warren, and like I would probably do that, but I'm gonna take Tyler Warren's been going in like the 6th, 7th round in a lot of these, and I've been grabbing him in the 8th. So like I like Tyler Warren in the 8th. I don't want to be left out of the possible Tyler Warren breakout. Thoughts? Oh, what up, TB? TB's my dude, man. Thoughts on Emeka Egbuka, top 12 wide receiver this year? I don't think top 12. Mike Evans is still there. They're going to use the run game. I don't believe Baker, no way is repeating those numbers. No way. I think he's more of a floor play. And that being said, you can get him at wide receiver 34. Like he's going to outkick his ADP, and which is ironic with a rookie. He's definitely going to start strong, which usually is not the case for rookies, especially rookie receivers. In this case, like they have nobody else. So I like the fact that he has great upside, the fact that he's going to get better as a player throughout the year, but he is coming with he's a wide receiver 3 to start the year, and that's where you're drafting him. So, and Mike Evans is known to pull a hamstring or two. So if they lose Evans, and like I think the upside in Mbuka is, how much do you trust Chris Godwin coming back and being Chris Godwin? Like how many weeks is it going to take? I think as of now, I would put the over-under on week 6, him coming back. So, I mean, if I was a Chris Godwin owner, I'm not starting Chris Godwin until like week 8. I want to see a couple weeks in the field. How are they going to use him? Are they going to use him in the slot like they did before? Did Mbuka take that slot role? And does he look like the same player? Because Chris Godwin has had multiple major devastating injuries. But yeah, I was, for all offseason, I was not really an Mbuka fan, and I'd seen where he was starting to trend in best ball in like the 7th round, and granted receivers are propped up there on underdog. And I just thought it was too high. And then what sold it to me is the Jalen McMillan injury, because I'm kind of a McMillan guy, and I thought they were going to kind of share the load. And now that he's out, he's probably out till like week 12. So he's out of the equation. Rachaad White got banged up. He's going to come back a little slow. Kate Otton's a little banged up. So it's like an automatic wide receiver 3 starting out with upside. All right, here we go. We have 6 seconds, 5th pick. Full PPR Fantrax. I'm going to get a solid player off the rip, and I should be able to get a solid running back in the 2nd round, or maybe Drake London. Here we go, 49. I got a draft right after this at 7, so I'm going to switch over to that one at like 6:58 and finish the rest of this one on my other phone. So we'll get back to back here. 47 folks in here, only 3 likes. Come on, give me a little something. I'm not that dude, but apparently I am that dude. Also, check out the channel. I just dropped my Thursday. I do beating the odds for the Sunday weekend games, but I did a special 1-bet prop bet. I'm not going to give it to you. You got to check it out later for Thursday's game. Check that one out. I'm 62%. The last 3 years, 62% against the spread on props. I do some lines here or there, but my luck in the line betting is not good. So I just stick to prop bets. It correlates with fantasy more. What are your plans for Thursday Night Football? I don't know, man. You want to watch it? Might be getting some deep dish pizza and getting hammered. Gibbs at 3. So we're going to get either Barkley or CeeDee Lamb, which is going to make that game tomorrow night interesting, having a stud going. I am fine with either. Hey, TB, you've been here a lot. Where are you from, bro? Are you from Tampa? Is it Tom Brady? Is it Tampa Bay? Is your name like Tom Berenger? Are you Tom Berenger? There goes Barkley. So we're going to take CD at 5. Kind of stops me from taking a George Pickens, but I think he has a chance for 200 targets this year. So I think the only receiver that I would consider going wide receiver with would be Drake London. I have rarely seen him fall this far. A Lamb London start would be dope. Pulp Doobies, that's a cool name. Got the 6th pick right after me. Maybe he's high. I always draft drunk. I feel like drafting high might be a problem. I bet this guy goes McCaffrey. McCaffrey's been going 7. There he is. McCaffrey's gone. Hey, we got a 4th like in here. I'll say this. If we can get up to 20 likes in here and 10 subscribers, my wife, very, very cute, somewhat petite blonde, giant cans, wearing a tank top, she will come in and at least show you a little cleavage. I'm promising that. You have to do it, babe.
Ew, come on.
Just in the background. Just say hello. You don't have to show it. Just say hello. You're wearing a tank top. Yes. I am a pervert. That is correct. Hey, I'm trying to entertain people. I get entertained. They get entertained. I'll show mine. If we don't get Here's the caveat. If we do not get 20 likes and 10 subscribers, I'll be showing my cleavage. None of you guys want to see that. Seahawks 12th man. All right. I feel like the Seahawks and the Saints have two of the most, obviously we have the Steelers, but two of the most like underrated fan bases. I know like the Seahawks have the whole 12th man thing, but you guys are about their teams. It sucks you guys only won one Super Bowl. Craziest call ever, man. Let's throw the ball on the goal line. All right, you're ever gonna get over that, TB? Cap says thoughts on Pickens receiving line over 60.5. I like it. I think I would like his anytime touchdown number. I don't know what that's going to be. Probably like plus 260, probably more. But that seems low based on the fact that the game script should help them. Look at these receivers, man. Their running backs are available right now. Drake London at the turn. Jeez. I like that, Nico and Drake. But TB says he's never getting over the handing the ball off. It was plus 220 for Pickens anytime TD. Here's the thing about that throw, man. The call was actually right because they had one timeout, and you do throw it on second down, which allows you to run it on third down, and then fourth down, you could run it, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just kind of risky. I feel like a fade is probably a safer, like a fade doesn't get picked off. A fade is either a touchdown, an incomplete pass, or defensive pass interference. So, I mean, you don't also see a bullet in the slot get picked off very often. That was like Malcolm Butler made like the greatest play in the history of the league. Just questionable, man. And that team worked so hard for that second championship. And just typical Tom Brady winning in some bullshit. Like, who wants Tom Brady to win? All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to have some good backs available. At the very least, I'm getting Bucky Irving. And there is no receiver I want. So we're going to put those dudes in queue. AJ Puka, man. Puka is just falling. Man, sorry about my voice. This has just been a grind the last 10 days of just getting hammered, drafting, partying. I got some allergies going on too. So Cap says, yeah, plus 220 on Pickens anytime at TD. I do like that. Because he could have a bad game and catch a touchdown. I think I'm going to pop. Do I pop Jacobs ahead of A-Chain? A-Chain's more of the unknown X Factor upside play. Jacobs is just super fucking steady. Jacobs and Lamb, like, you can't start a draft any safer than that. Thank you for taking Bowers, bro. Early. God, what risk, man. McCaffrey, love the upside there. Okay, he made my decision for me. We will take Josh Jacobs. Gotta say, I like this start. Got a lot of options for me in the third round. I mean, I'm not into early quarterback, but a Josh Allen pick, like, you couldn't even get, that's super safe. Not into early quarterback, but if worse comes to worse, right? We could take Kyron. I'm not really going to risk a Hampton pick here. Lad McConkey that early, gross. And Trey McBride is on the board for me, so. Currently, I got these four in the queue. I would be fine with any one of those. Like, there's a chance none of them come back, but guess we'll see. Got 88 folks in here. Come on, hit that like button. Let's get this going. Get more people, more chats, have some football conversations along with this $500 draft. Again, got another one coming up right after this at 7 p.m. Central, so I'll make the last couple picks off screen and then get right to the 7 o'clock draft. Also going to be back on at 9 or at 10 tonight for a 250. And then tomorrow I have 3 drafts the day of the season starting. That's what I love about Fantrax. Draft the day of. My last one's at 5 p.m. Literally, you draft and the game starts an hour later. Love that. No risk, too. That's the best. You love Bucky. You like Bucky, TV. You like Bucky ahead of these other dudes? You like Bucky ahead of Jacobs, A-Chain, Taylor? How did Kyle Pitts fall this far? Because he's Kyle Pitts, Liam. Hey, I have some hope for Kyle Pitts. I have a decent amount of best ball shares. No redraft shares, though. A.J. Brown, damn, to the 24th pick. This son of a bitch. Good pick, man. That's a good start for that dude. I'm going to have a problem here. Do I take a gamble on Hampton, dude? Alvin Kamara. Thank you, sir. Will I do any live streams for any live games? Yeah, I'm figuring out what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do probably a Sunday morning start sit show. There goes Josh Allen. That's sweet. I'm thinking about doing a waiver wire show. We're definitely doing that probably Tuesday night live. And then the betting segment every Friday night. So there'll be at least 3 shows a week, maybe a couple more streams, depending on how many people are watching. His friend took Kyle Pitts at 1-3. Is your friend slow? What's going on with your friend? I'm a little worried about your friend. Now, only issue here is running back, but that is a couple hundred reception receivers and a locked and loaded workhorse. He is friends with Kyle Pitts' mom. I heard Kyle Pitts is a hot-ass mom, though, dude. So I'm not going to hate on Kyle Pitts' mom, okay? She's also super young, I guarantee. Dude, Kyle Pitts is 24 years old. So his mom could, theoretically, not to say anything about that community, I don't know if you know what I mean, his mom could be like 38, dude. She could be my age. Right? Like, there's been women that had kids at 14. That'd be 36. No, 38. 38, yeah. Kyle Pitts' mom. What's the over-under for Kyle Pitts' mom's age in this chat? We can look it up. Go with Hampton. I'm not taking Hampton, a major question mark with, especially with Najee being back, over JSN. I mean, JSN is the last of the Mohicans of those PPR spam receivers. So I'm going to go there, and then TB says A-Chain, Chase Brown, Bucky, everyone else you mentioned. So you have, Jonathan Taylor and Josh Jacobs after Bucky. Yeah, I like Chase Brown ahead of Bucky for sure. A-Chain depends on how aggressive I'm feeling. And I get that, like, JT is not the PPR guy that Bucky seems to be. But you're also looking at a former fantasy MVP that's still 26 years old. So I'm not about taking Bucky Irving over JT in any format. I think that's silly. Yeah, probably a better team, but Jonathan Taylor, I get he's injury prone, right? But give me a stalwart like him. All right. Marvin Harrison at 310, a little early. There goes Joe Burrow in the 3rd round. So we still have Daniels on the board and Hurts on the board. Doubt they're coming back. Who knows? Hampton is still on the board, folks. So we're looking at, I need some kind of steady running back. I don't have a single Chuba Hubbard share. So it would be wild to have my one share of Chuba Hubbard being a $500 league. George Kittle, I would probably look at him more in the 5th. There goes Hendy. Oh, I guess we'll see. I couldn't make this team an aggressive squad and roll with like hero RB with a Nick Chubb and Javonte Williams and play matchups and just stack my receivers. I don't know if that's a little too risky for a 500. I made my bet. I could have taken Hampton, but look, he fell to the 312. He has been falling since the news of Najee. I'm glad McBride didn't fall because I would have had a tough decision, McBride or JSN. When you start off running back receiver, McBride is on the table. And I've been taking him there. Like that's a good pick for McBride. Like the 2-3 turn right there at pick 25 might be a bit early. But if JSN's gone, like I prefer Trey McBride. 104 people in here. What up, boys? Again, another draft coming at 7, so I'll finish this one off camera and just start the one at 7. These usually take about an hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10. Hit that like button. I see 7 likes. Check out the channel, subscribe. A lot of good stuff, a lot of in-season stuff coming your way. This is my 19th draft of the year. I'm doing 25 leagues. Nobody plays that many. Kappa in the chat can endorse the fact that the last 7 years I played over 20 leagues every year. Since 2010, I've lost money one time. I still made the playoffs in 16 of those 24 leagues that year, and like 2/3 of the leagues, and I lost money. My playoff record was just dog shit. Get a Buka. I mean, I think it might be a little early for a Buka. I guess we'll see. I mean, Hurts is still available. Breece Hall. Oh, shit, dude. Woo! Looks like I'm getting Jalen Hurts. Is this a little early for Jalen Hurts? Do I take Breece Hall? Do I take George Kittle? I don't think I want Kittle. We have a McBride team here. What receivers am I looking at here? Henderson's gone. So, running backs, not a fan of. Wide receivers, I don't like any of these guys. Maybe Devontae Adams. But I think I'm going to take Steady Eddie, Jalen Hurts, the last quarterback available. And there's a chance I get Kittle coming back in the 5th. It's going to put me in a big rut there at running back and wide receiver, but I can make it work. We will take one of these dudes in the 5th. Pollard. And then we're going to mark up Worthy. Nope, can't take Worthy. Week 10 bye. Adams. Wait for Tyler Warren. I'm a Tucker Kraft guy, so I'll take either, man. I'll take Tyler Warren or Kraft. I'm not opposed to Mark Andrews. Like, I'm looking at 9th round for tight end. Leave myself a big hole at running back, but I got Josh Jacobs, so could be worse. DK. Worthy. Into Smith at that spot. There's a chance we can get Breece Hall in the 5th, which would be, again, not a Breece Hall guy, but the hate's gone too far. I mean, I don't like Breece Hall in the 3rd. Kind of don't like him in the 4th. In the 5th, I would love Breece Hall. I love Swift more than most. I'm from Chicago, but am I going to take Swift over Hall, Connor, Pacheco, Pollard? That's close. Pacheco and Pollard is close for me. There goes DK. So this guy's taking Breece Hall. I don't think Breece Hall. There's a chance I could get George Kittle. Now that would be a wild start with only leaving me one running back and 2 receivers. Okay, thank you for taking him because I would have had to take him in the 5th round. There goes Connor. Patrick Mahomes, thank you, brother. That makes my Hurts pick so much better. Worthy. Yeah, I know Swift has his old coordinator back, but unfortunately his old coordinator, Ben Johnson, is not really a fan of DeAndre Swift. Now, he's going to have no choice but to play him 60-70% of the snaps because they have nobody else there. Now, we have Sutton on the board. Apparently, Sutton, they want me to take Sutton. It's 3 times in my queue. Sutton could be fine. I think I go Sutton over Pacheco. This guy can't go Breece Hall, man. I'm going to do it, man. Not a fan, but in this economy at running back, we're going to go ahead and take him in the 5th round. That is, the hate's gone too far, man. Way too far. I got to go Breece. I know. I love Sutton. I just know the receivers I can get in the 6th and 7th round are going to be so much better than the running backs that are left there. And if I did that, you know what I would do? And I'm a big Javonte Williams fan this year and Nick Chubb. I feel like one of them's going to hit. Kappa can get down on that. I would have just gone like hero RB and waited and taken, both Javonte, Nick Chubb, and then just spam. I'm always going to spam running backs on my bench. The Tyler Algiers, the Ray Davises, the Tootin, like Ollie Gordon. But now I can just kind of do my strategy and not take a running back for a while. I need 2 more receivers to fill out my team. I don't believe coaches because I know they have a new coaching staff there, but here's what I'll tell you about Braylon Allen. Now, I was higher on Braylon Allen coming out of Wisconsin, me and my partner, more than anyone. And the second that Breece Hall missed those games, Braylon Allen actually played like barely more snaps than he was playing with Breece Hall. I don't know if that's an argument for what I'm saying, but Braylon Allen was a 19-year-old rookie. Like, he's still super young. And I've heard both arguments, right? One argument is Breece Hall is not in their future plans. They're not signing him next year, and they're going to try to see what they have in Braylon Allen. If they know what they have in Braylon Allen, use him as a spell back. Why not run Breece Hall into the ground? You right? It's an asset, right? It's like I'm selling my car. Am I going to take it easy on that car? I'm going to beat the shit out of it like a rental car. I'm beating the shit out of that car. I think we just all forget Breece Hall was 2 years ago led all running backs in receptions. Now, Justin Fields doesn't help that case. His check down percentage is really high, but Justin Fields' like percentage of passing, like throws per drop back, is really low because Tom Brady, for instance, never got sacked and would not scramble. Justin Fields gets sacked more than any quarterback and scrambles more than any quarterback. So every drop back, you're only looking at like 60, 70% of an actual pass attempt. I'm high on the Jets this year, though, and I am. And I'm really high on Justin Fields. Braylon Allen's weird, man, because like he's a monster, and he's fast, he's strong, he's big, but he gets tackled. A lot of arm tackles take him down. All right, we got to get off the Breece Hall subject. That's a lot on one player. Tyrone Tracy going at the 5'11". Wacky, dude. Wacky. Now, the other guy I would have considered there was RJ Harvey, but like Harvey is more of a maybe not late season guy, but I just don't know the usage. It's Alvin Kamara, who is a way better player coming out, took 6 weeks to really get like a full workload with Sean Payton. So I'm kind of saying the same thing there. Yeah, they're right guard. The thing is, I don't think that really hurts Breece Hall as much as you think, because that's going to be more in the dump down game, right? If you can't run up the middle, run outside, which is Breece Hall's game. Outside zone is Breece Hall's game. And maybe design some little more screens for him. Elijah Vera Tucker injury is rough for the Jets, because I have pretty high hopes for the Jets. I bet on their over. They're all over, because I think their over-under is 5.5, which is crazy low. I like doing their 7.5. It's like 2.5 to 1. Just got to win 8 games. So that's still under 500. Use Cat says Harvey will only get points when J.K. Dobbins does his annual decline. Only good if you make the playoffs. I don't agree with that. It's just going to take a while for him to get going. So, Pacheco's still on the freaking board. That kid is back on the escalator again. Now, I could roll with that one, buddy. We got Ibuka still available. We have Pearsall still available. We have Ridley, Hunter, Olave. We have a lot of good receivers available. I need 2 of these dudes. Or I could take Pacheco. And I don't like starting running back in my flex and PPR, but it does give you some nice insulation for an injury. All right, I got 137 people in here. Let's hit that like button, boys. Get more people in here. Talk some smack in the chat. Respectful, okay? I like to be respectful to people, as you all should to each other. Unless someone just says something stupid, then you can attack them. I'm in for that, man. Dumb people don't deserve any mercy when it comes to that. So, we have Pacheco, Ibuka. There goes Olave, you son of a bitch. That's my guy. Olave's my guy. What's your opinion about Marks from the Texans? My opinion on Woody Marks is a souped up third down back. He's got the BMI and the body. He's not like a James White, but he comps as a better pass catcher than he does an early down banger. I guess my concern for Nick Chubb would be Dameon Pierce. It's not Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, he gone, man. He gone. So we're gonna have a good decision here, guys. Possibly get a third running back, which I'm not totally sold on Breece Hall. Ibuka would be nice. I'm getting one or the other. What we got left of me? This dude's taking a running back for sure. I don't know what receiver I'm getting. How would you trade away Higgins? I don't know if I quite get your question. We need Pearsall, Jennings, Juwan Jennings. The report today came out that Jennings is playing week 1. So if you've been drafting Jennings, you've been getting a steal. I think I can't. I think I have to go Ibuka. Man, Pacheco would be nice. I cannot fall behind at wide receiver. I can't do it. This is on Fantrax Public Leagues. This is the place if you want to do public leagues. There's no trades, 18 round drafts, so deep benches, there's waivers and all that. No trades, no collusion. Lowest rake of all the platforms. Like I used to play FFPC, which I love, but tight end premium. That has like 12% rake. This is like 6 or 8%. So they only take a small amount to run the league. They never had any issues with you can't really drop. There's undraftable players, so there's no collusion. After week 14, any player that's dropped is just like off limits. So you can't have teams like throwing it and being like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna drop my team." So pretty fair, man. I've played 80 of these the last 4 years, 75 of these, and never had any issues. Who would be a better flex this week? Pickens, Kamara, Ibuka, or Judy? In full PPR, I think I would just probably roll with Kamara. Like, take the safety. He's going to get 6 catches. Okay, Isaiah Pacheco is still available. Did something happen with Pacheco? I don't have any Jerry Judy shares. Dude. Oh, fuck. Would this be wacky to take Rashee Rice? Now, he would be my flex, so I'd have to go 6 weeks without him. And then I have to roll with a Javonte or Nick Chubb as my flex. But if you get him back, trust me, I'm not forgetting anything about Ollie Gordon. The rookie out of Washington, I will not be taking any JCM. Off my board. Unless he falls to like the 10th or 11th. I hear a lot of people saying Pickens. If it's full PPR, man, it's so tough, dude. They're all good. Ibuka. But Alvin Kamara is technically the highest drafted of those players. So I think you'd roll with the guy you drafted highest, right? It's week 1. Like, let's stick to your guns. Don't get cute. I would play Kamara. Good matchup against the Cardinals as well. Well, there goes Rice. So he stopped me from doing that. He took Rice as his 3rd receiver. Now this kind of sucks because, man, Golden. I could maybe go Jennings. He's been falling, but the reports are good, man. I don't believe Pearsall's kind of been talked down a bit, but I'm taking Pearsall over Jennings. But Brandon Ayuk, I don't who knows with Brandon Ayuk. Golden would be like the safe play. Like I know, like especially because there's a report from about Jaden Reed today, and he's uncertain for week 1. He's already gonna be playing for the injury all year, but like if you take Reed out of the equation, you're looking at Savion Williams, who's a rookie, who's a gadget player. You're looking at Romeo Doubs, and Wicks is already hurt. Now you do have Tucker Kraft, and the problem with taking him is I don't want to start, and I already have Jacobs. I can't take Golden because I'm gonna want to take Kraft. I don't want to like. There you go. Thank you. You took him. I don't want to like hamstring myself from not being able to take Kraft. I will take Kraft and Jacobs. I'm not rolling with Kraft, Golden, and Jacobs. So 2 good options here. Hey-o! Taking Ricky Pearsall, baby! Early season boomers right there. You pick Golden over Pickens is wild. Pickens, I don't know if you're talking about this draft. Pickens is not on the board. Either way, I already have CeeDee Lamb, but Pickens was gone. Pickens is gone. Let's see. Where did Pickens go? Pickens went 6-1, so technically I picked Breece Hall over him. And I love George Pickens. I already have like 6 or 7 George Pickens shares, so trust me, I would not be doing that. Unfortunately, if there was a situation where you'd want 2 receivers in the same team, it's the Bengals, and it would possibly be Pickens and Lamb. It's just not my favorite thing to do. Should I start Aaron Jones or Henderson as my RB2? It's Hendy, man. You got to start Hendy. I get like that this would be the time to start Aaron Jones, the veteran, against the Bears over Henderson. Henderson's got a good matchup against the Raiders, and like he's the dude, man. I don't think he's going to start off like as an RB1, like people are saying, but Aaron Jones is just old news. Jordan Mason's going to take a lot of touches. You got a rookie quarterback making his first start. I still call McCarthy a rookie. So it's definitely Hendy. Again, when you draft someone higher, like just the way you draft, unless there's like an injury, you roll week 1 with your guys. You have the whole season to like do crazy shit, right? Just roll with your guys. You drafted Hendy in the 4th round, most likely, for a reason. You drafted Aaron Jones in the 6th or 7th. Damn, I got Garrett Wilson at pick 60, London at 27, Golden at 101 in my big money league. Hope big things for, and you have Hendy? Yeah, Garrett Wilson at pick 60. I think I got Garrett Wilson at like pick 55 once. I mean, full PPR. Again, the hate on the Jets, we don't know what the Jets are gonna look like. I mean, the Steelers were 4-2 with Justin Fields last year. So I'm a Fields guy. It's gonna be rough with Garrett Wilson. I mean, his touchdown over under is 4.5. So, and Fields is 14.5 passing touchdowns. I think those are both low though. But you're gonna get a high floor player that has 8, 9, 10 targets a game. Might only be 4 or 5 catches, but he's also an elite talent. Well, let's bank on talent. That's what we do here. Should I start Keenan Allen or Javonte? Oh, Javonte Williams over Keenan Allen. I'm not touching Keenan Allen. We don't even know how they're going to use him yet. Even in full PPR? I think Javonte Williams is going to have 3, 4, 5 catches. Now, he might only have 40 rushing yards, but he's going to get the goal line work. Logan says, trade away Nakua or Kyron. I mean, it depends what you can get for him. Depends if you have running back installation. So let's take a gander. Mark Andrews, Hawkinson's off the board. A lot of tight ends off the board. Mark Andrews in the 7th, huh? So we still have Tyler Warren, Tucker Kraft available to us. To the left of me, we have 3 out of the 4 teams have a tight end. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of these clowns, and I hope this doesn't happen in a $500 league, take backup tight ends in the 8th round. Like, you never want to back up Trey McBride ever. Definitely not in the first 10 rounds. That's just crazy talk. You drafted him for a reason, and you don't want to start a tight end in your flex. Tight ends catch numbers are so much lower. Warren doing things this year. I mean, that's the hope. I think he's an all-purpose weapon too, is what people fail to realize. And I think one of the upsides, this works for Tucker Kraft as well. We've seen Tucker Kraft work in the tush push because they don't like to risk Jordan Love. And when Richardson's not starting, and also Richardson's frail as hell, and Daniel Jones, like, could they possibly deploy Warren as the tush push guy, which could give him 2, 3 rushing touchdowns this year? I think the same thing for Tucker Kraft. That's built into those upsides where like Mark Andrews, Hawkinson, Kelsey, like they used to run some of those weird wildcat plays for Kelsey. Like those days are over. We're getting that. I like them in general if that's not the case. But if you tell me they're going to get some wildcat snaps and some like tush push QB sneaks, whew, that's a cheat code, man. That's like almost mini Taysom Hill level shit. There goes Warren. Now these guys all have tight ends. So is there a player I would take over Kraft to risk it? No, not here. Debo might be juicy, so that's my backup plan. Addison is juicy for my team. Shakir, juice. Jennings is still on the board. Well, unfortunately, I have Pearsall, so I got to put him lower. Keon Coleman, I don't know if you guys heard, came down with a possible groin injury today, which sucks, which is going to make, there goes Justin Fields. That's going to make Shakir all the more appealing because they've been going kind of right next to each other in drafts. Usecast says, I got Warren late for a backup behind Kittle. Probably going to use him as a trade when he does good. Yeah, definitely. And, Kittle does have some injury history. He's been healthy recently, but. All right, 13 likes. We're almost up to 20. Almost. Oh, God, Addison would sound amazing on this team right now. But I got options, man. Shakir, there goes Addison, you son of a bitch. Taking my boy, Tucker Kraft, most important league of the year. Might be a tad early. Can't risk losing them, though. My team is complete in terms of lineup right now. We'll take a look at the squad for you guys. Hurts, Jacobs, Hall, Lamb, JSN, Ibuka, and Pearsall with Tucker Kraft. I guess I'm proven wide receiver 3 and wide receiver 4s. I get that. Running back room isn't crazy sexy or anything, but Billy Madison, you should call yourself Billy Madison, says a rookie has led tight ends in points 2 years in a row. Why does Loveland go so low, 10th round, 10th pick in the actual NFL draft? That is people not buying into the Bears as much, not buying into Caleb, and it's just the crowded room there. I mean, Luther Burden, who they drafted in the 3rd round, no, he was a 2nd round, sorry, Luther Burden 2nd round, is getting beat out by Zacchaeus. You have DJ Moore, you have Roma Dunze, you still have Cole Kmet there, you have DeAndre Swift. You've had a Bears franchise who's never had a 4,000-yard passer. I know it's a whole different ballgame now, but like the NFL has changed the last 20 years where everyone has a 4,000-yard passer. Like Andy Dalton was a perennial 4,000-yard passer. We have yet to see it. So, and part of that, weather in Chicago, it is tough for half the season, right? That division's tough. I don't know. I like Loveland, but I didn't like the pick of Loveland. Maybe Ben Johnson's super smart, so I'm guessing he knows more than me. Got Pearsall, Golden, or Diggs. This is for week 1 or in general. I think Pearsall's the play. Definitely not Diggs. We got to see how he comes back from that injury. So, who do we have available here? Man, Shakir Wentz, Scatterbo, Javonte Williams. There goes Coleman. I just can't take Cooper Kupp. I won't do it. Can't do it. I think, do we take Javonte? Because Nick Chubb already went. So do we want to go someone safe to kind of insulate ourselves from that Breece Hall pick? I definitely do need another receiver at some point, but I have one guy in mind, Cedric Tillman. I just don't trust Cooper Kupp at all. It could be Shaheed in the later rounds. I don't want to handcuff my own guy, unfortunately. Breece, it's not worth a handcuff for me because it's the Jets. So we're going to take Javonte Williams as a guy that could be playable and could hold the job all year. Aaron Jones or Henderson prepared for the end. It's Henderson all day. So Godwin has a steal here. I already have Ibuka though, so I'm not going to try to do that. Just like I'm not going to take. I'll take a handcuff. I'll take Algier if I have Bijan because like the difference is it's a 2nd rounder to a 13th rounder, and I know Algier's the dude. Braylon Allen's going to be possibly playable week to week, but last year when he had the job, Isaiah Davis took half the role from him. I know Javonte Williams will be a playable back-end RB2, front-end RB3. Worst case scenario if Breece Hall doesn't work out. And then I'm going to pound the late handcuffs. Henderson is listed as RB3, though are you sure? I mean, he's not RB3. He's RB1. I still think Stevenson's going to have 12 or 14 carries, but I think Henderson's going to have 10 or 12 carries and like 5 catches. And he's an explosive playmaker, man. Like he gets the ball in his hand, he's going to dominate. Again, I think he's been steamed up a little too high. I don't have many shares of him because a lot of times he goes in the 3rd round. That's a little too rich for me. 4th round, I'm good with. Tajay Spears in the 9th. For a $500 league, I've been seeing a lot of messed up picks. Ollie Gordon going super early. So, I need to try to get some dudes at wide receiver. I think I can wait on Tillman. I wonder where he usually goes. Rookie running back. Yeah, Scatterbo was already gone. I was considering him. It would have been between Scatterbo and Javonte. Unfortunately, Scatterbo, I like his upside more than Javonte, like season long. But first 5 weeks, it's probably not going to be good. As in, I don't know what his workload's going to be. I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to play Devin Singletary like 25 snaps. So where does that leave Scatterbo? Mop-up duty. Gordon this high. I'm a Dolphins fan. That's crazy, Reeds. Dude, so when I started this, my first draft was Wednesday, so it would have been 2 weeks ago, my first like official redraft. This is like my number 18 for me. I got him in the 15th round. And then 3 days later, I got him in the 13th round. And now I've grabbed him in the 11th or 12th a couple times, which I feel is fair, but like I've seen him go in the 10th, and this is the first time I've seen him go in the 9th. He's going ahead of JCM, ahead of Braylon Allen, Bigsby, Stevenson. It's wild. I get the appeal though. It's the we all remember what happened with Raheem Mostert. If that offense hums, he's going to be the Raheem Mostert to A-Chain's Lightning, right? Now I don't think the offense is going to hum like that again, and it's just A-Chain's already banged up, although he's going to play. Like I understand the appeal of like him being ahead of some of the other handcuffs, but like there's no world should he go 4 rounds ahead of Ray Davis and Algier and Trey Benson. Like, get out of here with that. Gordon is starting. Narco says Gordon is starting for Miami this year. He's not going to start. I don't think so. Having a Buka and Godwin wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's similar to drafting a Cuff. I know, but I played it kind of safe with some of these picks. I'm not about to keep on playing it safe. Now I feel like a great lineup. Javonte is nice installation on the bench. My receivers should all pop at the beginning of the year. Jalen Hurts is a cheat code. I love me Tucker Kraft. So I'm going to have to start going aggressive here. Henderson over Aaron Jones all day. Raiders is a good matchup. The Bears is not a bad matchup either. We have to see. We don't know. Is Jordan Mason going to play 50% of the snaps? Like, I would consider Aaron Jones over some other guys, but like why would you draft Henderson then? Don't draft him if you're not going to play him week 1. I get there's uncertain, but we also have uncertainty with Aaron Jones and how he's going to be deployed. That is a good squad outside of Brees. Well, thanks, man. Why Brees isn't bad is I got Brees in the 5th round. Like, if Brees Hall was my 4th round pick, I don't like Brees in the 4th. I've seen him go in the 3rd round, though, which is crazy. Like, 4th round, end of 4th round, mid-4th round is kind of fair. 5th round for a guy that led the NFL in running back receptions just 2 years ago. That's 25 years old in a contract year. There's upside and there's floor. I mean, like, people are taking Henderson 2 rounds ahead of Brees Hall. Like, I get Henderson's probably a more explosive playmaker at this point, but who's going to have the first 5 weeks? Who's having more touches, Brees Hall or Henderson? Answer that in the chat. I'm pretty sure we'd all say Brees Hall. Now, the quality of touches aren't going to be the same, but we're all anointing the Patriots offense as like a juggernaut. Patriots offense is going to be middling at best. Now, the Jets could be bottom 5. I just don't think that's happening. So we still have Braylon Allen on the board. So do I maybe at this point, I was saying not playing it safe, at this point, Braylon Allen, especially if there's a trade, if they trade Brees Hall, I'm getting 2 starters. There's still a lot of dudes left. No receiver I'm willing to take. I already have that. So I think we go Brees Hall here. Or sorry, Braylon Allen. Brees Hall in the 10th. All right. Well, I was going to possibly consider taking him in the 9th. That's why you don't. Insulation, baby. Staying warm. 19 likes. Almost up to 20. Got to get to 20 subs, though. We've gotten 6 subs. Not bad. Again, you guys are getting on the ground floor. This is the 4th year of the channel. I play 25 leagues a year. So since I started the channel, I played 100 fantasy leagues. Like, nobody plays as many. That's insane. And actually, the funny thing is my wife's playing 10 this year. I got her hooked. She's better than me, though. I draft her teams, and she manages them. She has won 2 out of 5 and gone to 4 championships in 5 years. Granted, they're $50 to $100 buy-ins, not high stakes like I play. But so I have 35 teams to look over this year. Not to mention fucking 300 best balls. I love football. A couple things I love. Football is one of them. Tesla from Detroit, wide receiver is going to be a monster. I mean, he's definitely a little trapped in that depth chart, but I think them trading away Tim Patrick is a nice sign because Tim Patrick, remember, he had some games last year and he was playing 50% of the snaps. So I think then they traded up for Tesla. Don't forget in the 3rd round. And what's crazy is Tesla had 28 receptions last year at Arkansas, but he is just that kind of dude. He's a Cooper Kupp level, but like a souped up version. And they have plans for him. And I think the nice thing about him is he's a double handcuff, right? Almost triple, because if anything happens to Gibbs, that doesn't really, he's a running back, but they'd pass more. Laporta gets hurt, J-Mo gets hurt, St. Brown gets hurt. He is in 2 wide receiver sets in that offense. I love that. Pat Bryant's another guy I love. Pat Bryant has more of immediate playing time, chance for immediate playing time, but Tesla, that situation's money. So there goes Benson. Damn, Josh Downs. Do I do it? Or do I hammer? Nope. I think I can get that guy later. Let's take a little gander here. So I don't have a bench receiver. I have 5 receivers. What I like about hammering these late running backs in handcuffs is I prefer a wide receiver in my flex. But if I get the high-end guys, whenever they start, I will start them in flex. I don't care. He says Downs. I know Downs has fallen too far. That would be probably a safe pick to insulate me. The thing is, I love Cedric Tillman so much. And I think I can get Cedric Tillman. Oh, there he goes. I think I can get Cedric Tillman on the way back, who I'm a big fan of. So we are going to try to pound these late handcuffs before they're off the board. Downs is a good pick, but you also have to factor in they run the ball so much. Quarterback uncertainty, who's playing. He's much better with Daniel Jones than he would be with Richardson. And we have the unknown of Tyler Warren. But yeah, Josh Downs is a player, super underrated, man. That dude, like his metrics, his open rating is just great. I love watching him play football. We are going to go ahead and grab, I think Ray Davis would be the play. I think we're going to rock Ray. It's between Ray Davis and Brian Robinson. Oh. Tough decisions. We're going to go Ray Davis. I love the player of Ray Davis. I like the player in Brian Robinson, but I think Ray Davis is special. I think he's a bowling ball. So I think we need a receiver in one of the next 2 picks. And I want one more of these high-end handcuffs. That stops about at Rico Dowdle. So we're going to put Robinson in here. I have no need for Ford. Put Dowdle. Blake Corum, rising up boards for sure. I like Shipley in the next pair of rounds. And then we're going to go ahead and mark up Tillman. Xavier Legette would not be a bad option. And then we're going to throw Mims, Mooney. I mean, if Jaden Reed falls to, that's just such a tough pick with his injury history. I know Ford starting. I just, for my team, I'm not looking for like first 5 weeks, right? That's why I took Javonte Williams as installation, and I have the handcuff for Breece Hall. I have my flex with Pearsall. I'm not looking for – he works for certain teams, and I don't mind Jerome Ford. I think the first 3 weeks he's going to go out of work. Sampson's going to work in, though, and then we don't know the Judkins situation. Higgins going to be a monster. Narco says Higgins going to be a monster out of Houston. Dude, I thought that. Jalen Noel's looked really good. They're going to play Christian Kirk. And Xavier Hutchinson, which is ironic enough, he went to Iowa State. So did Higgins and Noel. They like him, man. He was a 3rd-round pick 2 years ago. He's been playing ahead of Higgins, and I don't know if it's because Higgins comps so much of a like a player. It's like he comps to Nico, and it's hard to have kind of 2. I'm not gonna call them slow receivers, but 2 more possession, big-bodied guys in the field. I don't know. I think Higgins has a chance to pop. I mean, the depth chart's not like intimidating. It's not like a Tesla overcoming these dudes like J-Mo and St. Brown. But it's just a question mark. It's one of those picks that could be a 0 or it could be a steady wide receiver 3 with upside. For me, I prefer Cedric Tillman all day because I've seen Cedric Tillman ball out. I think Jerry Jeudy's getting traded mid-season or getting shut down or getting hurt or just sucking. Yeah, for sure, Narco. I always like to just give, again, like if I make a point, like there's always two sides to everything, right? Like, and that's like why I started the pod, like besides just drinking beers with my buddy, because I do live streams now, but typically it's full length, like edited pods. Um, it's seeing the other end of, someone else either not pushing back, but giving you their, the other end of the argument. And if they agree, then it's like, all right, wheels up. So if someone has a different opinion, I like hearing that, and then it doesn't mean I'm going to change mine, but that's the thing. Some people are so set in their ways on these players, and they don't see the truth. And we don't even know the truth, but they don't see the downside, right? We always want to look at the upside of the players we like, and we think that's the problem with the rookies now getting so overdrafted. We all think of what Trayvon Henderson could be, but we forget that Bijan Robinson, granted that was Arthur Smith, we forget that he was getting like 12 touches a game, and that dude's a generational freak running back. And Algier's a good player too, but like Algier should not be playing ahead of him. I actually go back to, remember Dion Lewis playing ahead of Derrick Henry? The funniest thing ever. They were playing Derrick Henry on like third downs, and Dion Lewis was an early down banger. I just remember that picture of them standing next to each other. It was like a teacher next to a kindergartner. Who's your team? Michigan Growing Outdoors. Ooh, weed guy. Here's the squad so far. Starting lineup. Pearsall at flex. We got Javonte, Braylon Allen, and Ray Davis. So I need a receiver. I do need a receiver. Baltimore's defense going in the 12th round. Thank you. Thank you, dude. So we still got some elite handcuffs on the board. Do I risk losing out on Cedric Tillman to take Brian Robinson Jr.? The problem is I'll be tempted to take Algier if he's still there. But I think this guy's got Bijan, man. Like, he'd be stupid not to pick him. To pick Algier, that is. So I guess we'll see. There goes Herbert. Who's left at wide receiver? It's not great. So I have my Jaden Reed would be okay. Burden, Thielen, Bateman. I'm not touching any of those guys. I want a dude that I think could become the number one. Need a little time to simmer on the bench. Although I am starting Tillman as in a flex in one league that I drafted Rashee Rice in and had early quarterback and early tight end, and I'm comfortable with that. Week 1 against the Bengals. Tesla, rookie from Detroit. I'm looking at him late for sure. He's a stash. Him and Pat Bryant are my stashes. My mustaches. I mean, the last pick was between Ray Davis and Brian Robinson. I have so much Algier that I think I want to sprinkle in Robinson here. Oh my God. He took Tillman. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Okay, fine. I'm going to take all the handcuffs now, motherfuckers. That's right. God damn it. It's a 12-team league. I'm the 5th pick. So I can show you the board. I know, sorry, it's on my phone. Computer issues, so I'm just doing what I can to get it out to you guys. 5th pick, 3 receivers and a flex. I am backing up my weak running back room, which it's not the weakest running back room, but I like my receiver room. Unfortunately, I only have 4. So I think the only guy I can take here is Algier. And I can get another one later. I'm going to have to take Jaden Reed. Oh, this is gross. This is so gross. Dubs. I don't even want to do that, though, man. Like, I can get guys later. I can get Io Manor later. Oh, it's so gross. Take the last of my handcuffs and then just be done at running back. Hollywood, maybe. Yeah, Hollywood's good for early in the year. There goes Algier. So the clown at 2 has Bijan. Does not take Algier. He takes Joe Mixon. Like, that's a $500 mistake, man. Like, just back up the best player in the league with the best handcuff in the league that we know is going to be an RB1. Takes a guy that's not going to play football. Gross. I know Bijan's never got hurt, but that's just a losing ass strategy, dude. Loser. This draft's going super slow, man. I got another draft at 7 o'clock, so I'm going to have to switch over to that one. I'll do that one on the stream, and I'll just finish this one here. So, we have Jaden Reed and Dubs. Who is there at running back? Dowdle, but I don't really need one. I mean, Blake Corum. Like, I just don't want to draft Jaden Reed and have the news come out that he's out, like, going on the pup to start the year. Narco says the rookie tight from the Rams, Ferguson. Yeah, Ferguson's a monster, man. He looks so good in that preseason game. Do we take Dubs? Shit, I can't take Dubs. I can't take Reed either. We're going to take one more of these guys. All the best ones. And I realize I can't take another Packer, man. I have Kraft and Jacobs. Like, I can't. I'm never starting 3 Packers in my lineup. Worthy starts above how, yeah, Worthy is the number 1 there. I think like a lot of experts are ranking Worthy top 12 this week, first week, and not an easy matchup either against the Chargers. Give me 1 second, boys. I get the charger for this guy. All right, and I'm back. I got to piss really bad. I don't know if you guys seen the South Park, the World of Warcraft one, where he's taking a shit in the bucket, calls his mom to get the bucket. I should have my wife come do that because I had to piss. I don't want to leave you guys, you know what I mean? There we go. If 6 minutes till my next draft starts. Get back to the chat in a second, boys. Let's gotta charge this. Biatch. There we go. All right, I wouldn't touch Worthy at the price he's being drafted. I mean, 4th round is fair because he's going to definitely beat that ADP, I feel like, the first 6 weeks. The question is, what does he do when you get Rashee Rice back? I'm of the belief that if he crushes in that role, why would they, and let's say they're 4-2 or 5-1, why would they move Worthy from that role and put Rice back in it? I guess it's because Worthy is way more capable of playing outside than Rice, because Rice is a one-trick pony. But I just don't know about that one. Okay, time to hammer some wide receivers. Josh Palmer. I'm going to take a bunch of upside guys here. Thornton. We actually need a backup quarterback, too. Dude, Jared Goff is still on the... That kid is back on the escalator again. How is Jared Goff available? That'd be cool. Not that I really need him with... Yeah, there's so many guys available still. So we need receiver. We need 3 receivers here. So I have 3 more picks. They all have to be receiver. At least 2 of them. I'm curious what Worthy did last year to gain people's confidence besides playing with Mahomes. I mean, since like after week 9, he was a high-end wide receiver 2. Crushed it in the playoffs too. They were all gadget plays. He just scored like 8 touchdowns. I mean, they use Worthy a lot, like they use Tyreek. The thing is, Worthy did all that without connecting on a single deep ball, which was partially his fault because he stepped out of bounds and has no awareness. And Mahomes was awful last year throwing the deep ball. Dude, this could be a spot for Wan'Dale Robinson. This is like the most unsexy pick in the world, but I mean, I need somebody. I had 130 targets last year. Io Manner's my dude, man. I wanted to take a shot on somebody that I could maybe fill in with if something happens. And I got 2 more wide receivers to take here. I don't think I'm going to back up Hurts. I don't think I'm going to back up Kraft. But I will say this crop of backup running backs right here is just elite. Don't be late for the 8 p.m. What a dude. Thank you. Oh, it's fucking Pierre, of course.
Aww.
Pierre, what a guy. Hey, Pierre, what do you think about the squad, man? $500 league. Thankfully, you're not in this. I think I like this team, bro. Hurts, Jacobs, Hall, Lamb, JSN, Igbuka, Pearsall, and Kraft. And then the bench of running backs extraordinaires, dude. Give me a grade on this team right now, Pierre. Pierre, if you guys don't know, if you're new to the stream, is one of my arch enemies. I never met him. He's from Canada. We've done about 7 of these drafts together. So, ooh, honestly, it looks good. Thank you, dude. I'm going to make this pick, and then I will get into the 7 o'clock draft, and I will finish this one off camera. So, one more pick. I mean, Romeo Dubs is still there, but can I take another fucking Packer? I don't think so. So I think Io Manor, Thornton, Pat Bryant are the dudes. And Tesla. Is Tesla hurt or some shit? Oh, illness. Cool. We like that. Get sick. We don't care. So I want 2 of these dudes. The news of Io Manor running with the ones like ahead of Tyler Lockett's really good. So we're going to make this pick. We're going to switch over. If you guys want to stick around, fresh draft. I believe I have the 7th pick in that one. It's 250. Not quite as high stakes, but again, 23 likes. Let's go. Keep it going, boys. If we get a couple more subs, I have to have my wife come in here with her shirt. It's a verbal contract, babe. Ooh, Pierre says he's targeting a new guy for his pick. There's Io Manor. All right, we're going to switch off this one to this guy right here. Here we go. Not late for it. So we have not a lot of dudes. Burrow Chase, that is Pierre. Other than that, not a lot of guys I've drafted with. Benchwarmers, he's not very good from what I've seen. Baru, first time I've seen Baru in here. I was in like 4 or 5 with him last year. All right, time to get this loaded up. All right. Sorry. All good to go. We're good. I'll go cliff jumping. Let's see. I am targeting a new guy for my 10th pick. 66 watching is good too. Oh, thank you. Dude, Pierre's such a good guy. Any guess who your guy at 10 is? Drake London. Nico Collins. What should I expect to get for Flowers in a Dynasty League? Tron Wayne says, I'll go Goff or Purdy rest of the season. I'll go cliff jumping. It's Purdy. It's Purdy. I mean, I love Goff, but Purdy, it depends too on the format. I feel like 6 for a passing touchdown, I might be more likely to go Goff, but Purdy offers you a little bit more on the ground. Where like Goff's going to give you 60 yards and probably not even a touchdown. Purdy's like a 250, 300-yard guy with 3 touchdowns on the ground. That alone is a difference maker. All right, up in 8 picks. I have 3 rounds left. Got my dudes in queue. Flowers, maybe 1 if you're lucky. So what should I expect to get from Flowers? Are you looking for, like Madison says, are you looking for, like, picks? Again, I don't really play Dynasty, but I have an idea. I listen to some shows. Are you looking for, like, draft picks, or are you looking for another player? I wouldn't get rid of Flowers, man. Who number 7 is? I think I'm just going to take CMC, but I'll take any of the guys that fall of the top 6. We know that the set and forget top 6 this year. Dude, Flowers, he's had a bad rap. Let me tell you one thing about Flowers, all right? And I was a Flowers guy last year. He kind of burned me too. Burned us all. Flowers had 4 touchdowns last year. Lamar threw like, what was it, 41? Rashad fucking Bateman had 8 touchdowns. Like, that should have been reversed. Rashad Bateman got lucky. Zay Flowers got tackled on the 1. He got called back from penalty. Like, Zay Flowers is appropriately ranked this year because, yeah, they brought in Hopkins, but I will say this, Likely's hurt right now. So Neighbors at 5. Heyo! Thank you, buddy. Thank you. We're getting Lamar Barkley. That's cool. That's cool. I was going to take McCaffrey at 7, by the way, Pierre. That was going to be the play. Because I feel like he's the only one that finally I get a little luck. Usually, whenever I have pick 8, pick 7, like nothing falls. So, I mean, Lamb's probably going to be taken here. But I'm fine with either, dude. I don't care. I'm getting a top 6 player at 7. I like my team earlier. I like this team too. Lamb is going to get hurt. So we're going to get Barkley at 7. That's fucking gift, dude. Thank you, sir. I mean, I don't know what, like, if you remember, Lamb played through that shoulder injury last year, and they had no chance of making the playoffs until he couldn't play. And I remember just some of those games where he was just, he'd make a 30-yard catch and get tackled on it and just be in immense pain. Like, Lamb is not a diva. That dude's a baller. So they need Lamb. Lamb could have 200 targets this year. Again, I did not just take Lamb. I took him in the draft earlier. Barkley at 7 is sweet. Thank you, Sanchez. We like that. Jamar has gone first. So this is my, I want to say 13th. I forget at this point. 13th Fantrax, 12th Fantrax. My wife has done 10. So I've personally been in 22 of these, and I've seen Chase go second one time. One time. In some of my home leagues that are half PPR, Bijan's gone first. But other than that, in these full PPR Fantrax, have not seen it. Stack Hurts and Barkley. That is like a guarantee almost every touchdown. I'm not about to reach for a quarterback, though. I don't care like about that as much. If I can get him in the 4th, I'd consider it. Oh, he took Derrick Henry. So we're going to go ahead and take Thornton. 2 picks left. Sorry, Pat Bryant. See if we can get a good defense here. San Fran still on the board. Sweet. Arizona. Pierre, you're taking San Fran's D over Arizona's, right? I know their first, I know their whole season's good, but their first 6 weeks is dope. Arizona has 2 really nice games. They have the Saints and Titans or some shit. Well, for me, reaching for a quarterback is even at ADP. So Hurts' ADP is right around there. Pierre will tell you, and these it's Fantrax, man. It's full PPR. It's only for a passing touchdown. I know Hurts gets propped up a little bit in that. I love the value late at quarterback. The combined one I have with my partner, we waited to the 14th round and we got Drake May and Caleb Williams, and the rest of our roster is just so stacked. So I know it's nice to have that warm and fuzzy, set it and forget quarterback. It's you sacrifice your flex or you sacrifice something. San Fran is good early and during the playoffs, yes. I just love Arizona's week 1 matchup so much. Spencer Rattler. And I actually like Arizona's defense as a sleeper, real life top 12 defense. Got my gifts. So you're going to take Brian Thomas? Or you're taking A-Chain. You're taking fucking A-Chain. I know you are. Take Brian Thomas, bro.
Oh, you're in another one with him?
Yeah, he was just in this the chat. He didn't play the... Pierre's not a man enough to play the $500 leagues. See, I would have taken a running back there, but... we're going to get a badass pick here. We're getting A-Chain or Drake London. Hey, oh. You wouldn't consider taking Drake London, huh, Pierre? I'm fine with this, baby. I do not have enough Drake London in my life. Finally got him. I only have 2 or 3 Drake London shares, which is just, he's one of my pillar players this year.
What pick do you have in this one?
All right, the 7th. Arizona's defense. I need a kicker for this one. Just queue up Little. This draft is soft again. Drake at 19 is very good. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better start. I suppose A-Chain would have been, Chase Brown would have been the dream. A-Chain, Chase Brown to have Barkley in them, but this, you know, we know that going running back receiver just opens up every possibility. This is pretty soft, man. Dude, I've been seeing a lot of soft drafts. I don't get it. These are some rich people, apparently. Henry Thomas feels insane. Yeah. I've somehow gotten Henry. I think I have in more home leagues because they're half PPR. But in these, I've gotten Henry at 16 and 14, I think, and then maybe at 15 in the 3 times I have him, which is like early second round, which I just love. Hennessy Black said I could have had Nico in London, but I went Jacobs and Nico instead. I mean, if it's full PPR, I see the appeal of the 2 receivers. It's just tough. Gibbs and Taylor. Yeah, that's sick. It's just hard to go wide receiver this year. There's 11, maybe 12 if you count Kyron, which I don't count him in with the top 11 guys. There's 11 studs. There's 5 or 6 solid guys. And then once you get past like RB18, and the problem is, in this like economy we're in, like those guys sometimes the top 24 guys are all gone by like the 6th round. Or in the past, you used to get those like running back dead zone dudes super late, like 7th, 8th round. Like that just doesn't happen. Hampton in the 2nd round, Kyron in the 2nd round. Wowzers. Well, there goes all the backs. Bowers and McBride are still available. Okie dokie. I mean, I will take one of those guys if they fall. Tyreek Hill? Woo! This guy is, what's his name? Bust him up. Well, you're busting yourself up, buddy. Yeah, well, the Hampton shares were bad in the 2nd round before we learned Najee Harris is fine. Now it's really bad in the 2nd round because Najee Harris is going to get 12 carries a game. Like, that's what Greg Roman does. That's just what's going to happen. They paid Najee Harris. He's just an innings eater, man. And I don't know how ready Hampton is for the NFL. Not that I'm not slandering Hampton. I just don't think he's as good of a player as everyone else does. Again, 60 like and hit that like button. Let's get more people in here. I'm going to have another draft at 10 o'clock tonight. I don't know if Pierre's in that one. Subscribe to the channel. A lot of good stuff. 3 shows coming out weekly. We're going to have a streaming segment, which is like your streaming defenses and kickers, quarterbacks, tight ends. We're going to have a start-sit episode. I have my gambling segment every Friday night, which I'm 62% against the spread the last 3 years. Mostly prop bets. We're going to have our weekly recap show on Tuesday with my buddy Story. A lot of good stuff coming out here. You're getting on the ground floor of something different and a guy that actually plays a lot of fantasy. Not someone that just will copy and paste what they think and what the hot topic is. I'm going to tell you what I'm actually doing with my real money. So, oh man, this is just fucking beautiful. I have a tough decision, dude. McBride or Njigba? Damn, Trey McBride at pick 31. Yeah, give me 1 second, and I will. I mean, dude, a Bride in the middle of 3rd. You can't go against that. Can't do it. For me, these builds never work. I mean, they do work when you have a 100-catch tight end. So, oh man, JSN's so good here too. Wow, what to do? I'm gonna take the advantage at tight end. It's a risky pick, but this is late, dude. This is middle 3rd. We are doing it. A lot of McBride this year, but I've been getting, I see him go early, like late 2nd. I've been getting a mid 3rd. There goes Lamar. Take a quarterback, Pierre. I know you never do that. Mike Evans taking the old steady Eddie. At least I know you won't be taking Ibuka from me, if that's a possibility. Now, I almost assured myself I can't go quarterback here in the 4th, but I could go quarterback in the 5th. And there's still some backs available I like. And there's plenty of receivers. Now Marvin Harrison. I know Pierre's asked to take a Marvin Harrison, so I don't even have to queue Harrison up. There's no way that's happening, so I think I'm gonna have to go running back here. It's kind of gross. Baker usually does fall. Sanchez said I stole McBride in the 5th yesterday, $100 10-team league. So it's like a 4th rounder. That's nuts. In a 10-team league, I'm even more likely to reach on quarterback and tight end because the positional, the running backs and wide receivers are thinner, so you have more options. Here goes McLaurin. He took a stack. This guy's playing best ball. It's a problem with this spot I'm in. Can't really go early quarterback, man. Get Charbonnet later. Yeah, I'm into Charbs. We all love Charbs. Oh, now I'm getting to the point where I don't like any of these players where I'm at. Oh, you got sniped, Pierre. You got sniped. Thanks, James. Hopefully you subbed. Check out the channel. A lot of good stuff coming up. It's like Christmas up in here. I know your ass won't take Garrett Wilson. Do I roll with a Tet McMillan? I'm a little off DJ Moore. I don't know what Pierre's going to do. I think he's going to take it back. I just don't know what back. Ted is risky. I get it. The trade of Thielen and Coker being on IR, though, has kind of warmed me. Nice pick, Pierre. I like one of these guys coming back in the 5th, so I think I take a receiver here. And I just don't know who that receiver is. Yes! Give me Garrett Wilson in the 4th. A little earlier than I like him, but that was the last guy. Nope. I know you wanted Daniels or Marv. I'm not in on Chuba Hubbard this year, man. I think in PPR, he's going to have 30 catches max. Not in on that offense. So now I'm going to get a good opportunity to get... I would take Chuba in the 5th for sure. So I'm going to get a good opportunity to get one of these supplemental backs here. I'd even take Swift if I needed to. Any of these dudes, good for me, man. And if Worthy or Sutton or DK fall, I could just go in on that. And obviously, if Jalen Hurts falls, I'm just taking Jalen Hurts in the 5th and figuring out everything else later. Yeah, Adams' age scares me. Stafford's back injury scares me. That's my concern. And Puka, I still expect Adams to demand targets. That's what he does. Sutton is a guy I was off early in the year, and then I've been warming. I think I only have one share, unfortunately. For me, a tough decision is DK or Sutton, and I know Sutton is just it seems like the obvious choice, right? I just know DK is a better player, and he has not had that explosion year yet. I think it's coming. This fella right here is Gibbs, Taylor, and Hendy. So if he goes another running back here, just toss the money in, baby. Neighbors 5th overall is crazy. There goes Sutton. That's a nice anchor. That's where you want Sutton over DK. You need someone that you can pencil in for a wide receiver too. Rodgers does feed his number 1. And there's no one else there, dude. There's the tight ends, but that's it. I just think that DK's 20% outcome, good outcome, is better than Sutton's 20%. Now, DK's 20% downside is definitely lower. It's what he's been doing the last 3 years, right? Wide receiver 24. Wide receiver 20, whatever it's been. He's been a back-end wide receiver 2, front-end wide receiver 3. It might be worse than that, actually. I think it might be 28th. Brees Hall. I love Ridley. Now, Ridley is the safe option. There goes Chuba. Like a really tough decision. I think it's easy to make Ridley, but like for me, there's Ridley, there's Ibuka, there's Travis Hunter, and there's Olave. And maybe Pearsall if you want to add him in there. Those are kind of 5 guys that are in the same tier for me. Kind of depends what you want. Yeah, he got a little bit of a break there. Hey, I feel much better because in the 500, I had Brees Hall at the, what would it be, the 5-4, and people were saying it was a bad pick. So, yeah. So 5-4 is a good spot for Hall. Thank you. Hey.
Your hat's backwards.
I know. There goes Hurts. Although I'm happy they did that because I could not afford to take early quarterback here. I need another back. A lot of options here. Question is, do I go aggressive with Harvey? Do I go safe with Pacheco or Pollard and switch like the X factor? Tony is a safe play. Probably the safest play. Pacheco there as well. Pacheco is just, there's question marks how they're going to use him coming off the injury and just, Casey does funky ass shit. Tony Pollard, at least the first 4 to 5 weeks, is just going to be locked into 22 touches. Pacheco could be good. I know Pollard will be good, and I think I have a pretty aggressive team so far with the McBride pick. I need some stability. I'm fine with any of these 4 guys, honestly. Swift on the lowest end of those 4. Yeah. Pierre, don't try to fucking tell me what to do so you can take your guy. I know your ass needs a running back. No, you have 2. But I know you'd take another one. So, is there a receiver that I would consider taking? Nope. DK's gone. Can't do it. So, we have a choice here. I think I'm going to put Pollard. Dude, Pollard or Pacheco? Pollard or Pacheco? Pacheco is buns. Breaking news, T. Higgins traded the Chiefs for 2 seconds. Thanks, Philly Mike. I don't believe you. So, I think we're going to go Pollard here with this build. I'm kind of on that offense a little bit as being better than we think. Well, so Ward says Pollard, take Pollard. Pacheco looked cooked last year. Pacheco was coming off a broken leg, and that dude is a gamer. So he came back 2 weeks earlier, 3 weeks earlier than he was supposed to. And, like, that film, you can't count that film. Like, he was playing hurt. Isaiah Pacheco is a 120% kind of guy where he just moves and goes full speed. He's 25, 26 years old, man. Like, that was not, I think he's 25, maybe. That was not a reflection of Isaiah Pacheco. So, the problem with Pacheco is they rarely use a lead back. The upside and the other end of the argument was the first 2 weeks of the season. If you remember, Pacheco was an early 3rd, late 2nd round pick last year. He had 24 touches and 21 touches. He had like 45 touches in 2 weeks. So I think that's more what we're going to get. I say I think. I know Pollard's ass is getting those touches. Now, KC better offense, I get that. They don't like to run the ball around the goal line, and Kareem Hunt's corpse is still there. Doesn't catch. He's not a good receiver, but he gets a lot of dump downs. Pollard's better receiver. Pacheco is a better offense. Isn't a better offense. Pollard is safer. So, you say my reach on Pollard hurts you. So, you were going to take Pollard and you take Pickens, which kind of hurts me. I wanted Pickens. So, you're going to take Pollard, Pierre? You could probably forget about those running backs. Still some dudes on the board. Have a tight end. Mahomes is still available. I would not touch him in the 6th round. I was getting Pollard at 6'3" if you didn't take him. Oh, you don't know that. You don't know that, Pierre. Here's the weird thing about ADP and all that. Like, certain times it's fine to reach on a guy depending on your build. Like every team is created equally. If you take Tyreek Hill, you take some risky players, you got to play it safe. I took Trey McBride early, which is going to kind of put me in a hole, and I need guys that contribute right away. I don't want to fall into a 2 and 3 start. Drop off after Baker. Yeah, but then they're all the same. Like quarterback 8 and 9 through quarterback 17, dude. I don't really see the difference. So let's see what Pierre does here. Going quarterback or wide receiver now? Not quarterback. not since Mahomes went. I would have maybe considered Mahomes in the 7th. So I am punting quarterback for sure. I might take another running back just based on if one of the guys falls that I was considering taking in the 5th. So we'll take a look at the squad. So he took Swift, Pollard, Barkley, London, Wilson, and McBride. So yes, I definitely need a receiver. Although I could play a running back at flex, but I don't like doing that. Thank you for that Laporta pick, bro. Appreciate you. Oh, Pacheco already went. So, okay. I'm going wide out. I got some options here. It's Ibuka. It's Pearsall. It's Hunter. It's Olave. I'm hoping the news on Hunter can get him back. No, absolutely not. Butter says Judy. I'm a Cedric Tillman guy, and I'm not even about any Browns, so I will not be taking any Jerry Judy. That's a do not draft list. I'm not a guy that does do not draft. I would take Judy like a round after he goes. No, it doesn't matter, dude. I don't care. They have 2 quarterbacks, but they both suck. Oh, I'm up. Shit. We are going to take Chris Olave, I think. We're taking Olave. I'm just taking target hogs, man. No, Rome, man, there's so many options in Chicago's offense, so I am a little off. If anything, I like Swift the most on the Bears. I like Caleb, is who I like. I think it's going to be one of those just like kind of how outside of St. Brown, the Lions have spread the ball around so much. I think that's what we're looking at. And Rome will have some great weeks. I like Rome, the talent, man. He was disappointing last year. Like his hands, it was not what we were sold. His hands were trash. And you got to realize he played in a great system, in a good conference for passing. And he had 2 NFL, if you want to count Jalen Polk as an NFL receiver. He also had Jalen McMillan. So he had 2 NFL receivers next to him with Michael Penix. And mind you, Michael Penix was a 23, 24-year-old college quarterback. So I think his numbers were a little inflated. I liked his college film, but I just didn't see it in the NFL. I mean, everyone's hating on Olave. You guys continue to hate on Olave. I'll keep on taking him as my wide receiver 3 or 4. I think we all forget, like, Chris Olave is a Mecca Ibuka coming out of college. He was one of those Ohio State dudes, good pedigree, professional, ready to go out the jump. And he had 2 awesome years of, like, 90-plus catches, 1,100 yards. He's never been a touchdown dude. Take Monty, so I will never take David Montgomery in full PPR. The only upside of Montgomery is injury to Gibbs. So I'm not going to do that. So have fun. There goes Hunter. I guess it was probably a pipe dream. Now, I would take a Dunze with this next pick. Diggs is an option. I could go real crazy with Rashee Rice on this squad. Buka. I'm putting Golden, Rice. Shakir would not be terrible. I'd rather have Pearsall. There's enough dudes here. No running back I want. No, definitely no quarterback I want. I got 6 guys, 8 picks. I'm gonna get one of these dudes. Thanks for telling me to take Rice. Rice would unfortunately be my flex. I'll do it if there's no one else there. I don't care. I play to win, baby. I'll make it work and go 3-3 or 4-2, maybe 2-4. I don't think so. In that, David Montgomery. In that stretch and work it and make it work. Ibuka, wide receiver 1 possibility. I think you need to pump the brakes on that. I like Ibuka. But Mike Evans is still the number 1 there. First slot, Pierre says first slot's got a little lucky with some of the breaks. I would agree. His running back room is fine with waiting till the 4th round, end of the 4th round. So we're going to go ahead and rock Pearsall up to the top of this list. And I think I like Golden over Diggs, and I think I like Rice over Diggs. So we're going to get one of these dudes. I have Josh Allen. Should I double flex Shakir or Coleman, or do I go Myers or Ollie Gordon? I would go Shakir for sure. I do live near a train, yes. He says Golden. There goes Golden. That's fine. As long as there's not 4 running receivers, I'm going to get a solid dude. Oh, pick 2, he says. I think you go Myers and Shakir. Coleman has a groin injury, by the way, that just came out today. I don't know the extent of that, but am I taking Myers or Shakir, Pierre? No, I'm taking the guys on my queue that's right in front of you. I'm not a Jacoby Myers guy. Safe and steady. I feel like Shakir is similar, but Shakir is better. He doesn't have Bowers on his team. Yeah, Pearsall's the pick here. And you know what? If Pearsall goes, I don't know. Odunze and Rice is going to be close for me. It's aggressive to take Rashee Rice in this spot, only having 3 receivers. But I will make that shit work. We have the same top 4 in the queue. Pierre, I love you, man. He's like my, you know what, Pierre? I'm going to get your information. And you can always message me in my videos or whatever. I got to get your information. We got to chat. I'll have you on the, at some point you can call into the show. If not on a weekly show, next year we start in like end of June, early July. Do about 25, 30 shows. So I'll get you to call in. You know your shit. So I do appreciate you, and you probably have a pretty good accent, right? Canadian, eh? A boot? Do you say a boot? Am I talking about a boot? No, a boot. 28 likes. Come on, let's get that up a little bit, boys. That's pretty good though. All right, well we will take Ricky Pearsall here. Again, Rice would have been good, but French Canadian though. Has that changed? Is that like French vanilla, like creamer, or what? But I speak English. Yeah. Don't all Canadians speak English? Pearsall crushed, man, at the end of the year. My worries at Pearsall is now I think this is fair value. Before he was going in the 6th round when we thought Jennings was out, my worries is he seems to always have soft tissue injuries. Like, not talking about the gunshot wound. He seems to be a soft tissue dude, which I don't like. But the player's great. 1st-round draft capital. Like, he seems to be, and maybe their power slot, but he's not going to be. They don't use Jennings in motion. They don't use him as creatively. Pearsall's that dude. So, well, here comes. You can't take a Dunze, bro. You have Swift. Here comes a Rashee Rice pick. Is he ballsy enough to do, or is he going to take Diggs? Pearsall has injury and gunshot issues. Well, I don't think he has gunshot issues anymore. Let's hope he doesn't get shot again, because I called it. I knew he'd take Diggs. You couldn't take Odunze, most likely, and Rice is just... he's hoping he can get Rice coming back, is what he's hoping. And he very well may, because Jeff can't really take him, unless he takes receiver here and then takes him 8-2. SoCal, if he's smart, he's definitely taking Rice. Don't let Pierre get Rice. It's a slide for Rome, man. And he takes Keon Coleman? What is going on here? Gross. Dude, okay, don't hand Pierre this championship. They're going to hand you the championship, bro. God damn it. This is Rice, Addison, 3rd option. Yeah, they're handing you the ship. I mean, we're both getting some pretty good breaks here, but they could all 3 go. You said it too early. Don't say it too early. They could all 3 go. Oh, man, this beer's not that cold anymore. I have to pee so bad that like my rate of drinking is slowing down. Shakir number 4, so it's fine. Well, no, you're going to get him. Purdy's the MVP next season. Hot take. There goes Rome. And I think this dude has to take Rice. Don't let him get Rice. No. Don't let Pierre get Rice. I love you, Pierre, but no. Moment of truth. 25 seconds. Here we go. Does this guy have the balls to take Rice? 8-3 for Rice is a gift, brother. It's a gift. Stafford for MVP. I mean... Oh, there goes Rice. Pierre's going to say something. He ain't going to like it. He's going to get Shakir, which is fine. Probably better for your, like playoff odds, but not as good for your championship odds, which is fine. Yeah, He took Coleman, who is a question mark in general. I love the upside, and now he's dinged up. He probably doesn't know he's dinged up. And he has Harvey to start the year. Like, that's a bad pick. Like, we'll see. If he makes the playoffs, he'll be dangerous, but he's probably missing the playoffs now. That's fine with us. Now he just gave us another bad team. And you don't get Rashee Rice. So, sorry, Pierre. You're my number one competition in most of these leagues. So, or am I your number one competition? You got a nice receiver room, though. The thing is, man, if Coleman is, like, out, like, let's say he goes on IR, Shakir should be like a 6th, 7th round pick. This was Addison's spot. So Addison's still available. Oh. Jennings still available, too. I have Pearsall. I can't do it. So I think this is a spot for Addison for me. Not a quarterback. We have Addison. And then I will take a running back. God, Caleb Johnson. I have no idea where to draft him now. See, don't you hate when you get sniped for, like, the wrong reasons? Like, when you wait on tight end and someone has, like, Laporta and they take their second tight end as their flex. Like, that, I don't care about getting sniped. I don't like when people do it for the wrong reason and the dumb reason. Like, I'm not cool with that, man. And they don't even know they're dumb is the point. Dumb people don't know they're dumb because they wouldn't be dumb. Rice was an easy decision for you. I had it more of a decision because it would have been my flex. It was a stupid decision for him. There goes Dobbins. So we're going to go ahead and take Jordan Addison, which is the perfect wide receiver 5. JCM has huge upside from Matthew. Hey, Pierre, what's your take on JCM? I have also heard that only liberals draft Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Why wouldn't he? He stacks with Mahomes. That dude has Mahomes. Well, I guess my thing is best ball is about stacking. Stacking and redraft is like super overrated. You need to stack in best ball in these tournaments to like win the whole thing. I can have players in every different team and just wipe the floor with the league. Pierre says JCM is a bit overrated and goes too early. Yeah, like in the 11th round, I'm cool. For me, I get that he has a route to the starting job. I don't think it's ever going to be his role. I like the guys around him better. I mean, give me the elite handcuffs. So I got to check this out. I only have 2 fucking running backs. That is an issue right now. This actually could be a JCM spot, but I'm not a JCM guy. So I might go ahead and take one more receiver. He's going to go the next 5 picks. Yes, he will. We're down to 31 people in here. Let's get it up. We got 31 likes, though. I like that. Appreciate the support to all of you fine gentlemen and ladies and trannies and all the elephants, whoever the fuck's watching. Thoughts on Warren, 18 picks before Caleb? Oh, man, I mean, right now it's not looking good. Depends what you need, right? Like, you can't roll into the season as Caleb as your 2. I like Caleb as a 3, kind of where he got him, because he's got Aaron Jones. That pairs well. That's like a nice wine pairing. I still think Caleb's the guy, man. Like, I love the fall on Caleb. I haven't taken him as much. Is my fantasy good? Josh Allen, Lamar, Pickens, Terry, Jonathan Taylor, Kyler Williams, James Conner as a flex, and Hawkinson. Is this a 12-team league or a 10-team league, Mark? Because if it's a 12-team league, I like it a lot. 10-team league, I'm a little more lukewarm. This is your obvious Javonte spot. Stop telling me what to do. And yes, it kind of is. It could be Javonte, it could be Chubb, it could be Scatterbo. And thank you for, you know what? I might not have realized that. Pierre, now you're helping me out. See, the time he took Kraft when we didn't stream, and that killed us, mostly because that clown took Kelsey as a second tight end. You're evening out. Now it's like, karma, dude. Karma's real. Thank you. We all know it's my Javonte spot. Yeah, it kind of is. Is it crazy for me to be taking Javonte over JCM? I've been doing it all year. Is it crazy to take the actual starter on a team over a backup? Who are you going to pick for quarterback? The answer for me is whoever falls latest, typically. I don't really care. Does Pierre have a quarterback? I doubt he does, because me and Pierre draft similar. We're going to have a showdown who waits the longest. 8 league. Could have done a little better. Took second in the league last, so 18 league. I mean, I like the squad. You went on the whim for like Pickens and Lamb. It's kind of going to cap your upside weekly in an 18 league because like they're both not going to go off. But there's a chance they're just the new Bengals this year, and maybe not as many touchdowns, but like passing attempts, and that's going to be awesome for you. This guy only has 2 fucking running backs, so he might snipe my ass. Herbert is being slept on. All those dudes, like, they go in so many different orders, like the quarterback 9, after Baker and after Nix, quarterback 10 through quarterback 19. Like, I've seen Lawrence go in the 12th. I've seen Lawrence go in the 16th. I've seen Herbert. I've gotten Herbert and Love in the 15th. They go in such weird orders that we just don't know. And I might have to take JCM here. My first JCM share? What do I think about that? He's telling me JCM. If Javonte gets taken here, I will consider it. Just because I don't like anyone else there. I'll take Scatabo, though. Oh, thank you, buddy. We will take my boy Javonte. I would have taken Scatabo, though, ahead of JCM. Well, I can't take Kraft. I already have my tight end. I have Trey McBride, so you can have Kraft. I will gift you my favorite guy in the world on a platter. It's like gifting you a weekend with my wife. You can have her. Wear a condom, please. That's all I ask. Or get tested before. One of the two. Or both, actually. We all know condoms aren't 100% effective for certain STDs. I'm fucking funny, brah.
Yeah, you might have crabs.
Crabs, yeah. Crab people. I always think of the South Park crab people. I also have JJ McCarthy on my bench in the 15th. JJ... I took him as I have a 2 quarterback. My home league is 10 teams, 2 quarterbacks. 2 tight ends, by the way, 2 starting tight ends, which is awesome. 2 flex spots and a super flex. I have JJ as my 3rd quarterback. I couldn't be happier. I waited till the 10th round and I got Fields, Stroud, and McCarthy. McCarthy was the 3rd one drafted. Nice pick, Pierre. Tucker Kraft at pick 106. He's loving life. I love his team. If we graded this league, I think we'd both have the highest grades. I haven't really been looking at everyone else's squad, but Michael says, what do you think of Keenan Allen this year? I think Keenan Allen is dump. As a Bears fan, I got to watch him last year. His numbers, he had 7 touchdowns, 900 yards. The numbers don't tell the story. He was dump last year. He is done. And the biggest problem is if he had gone to a situation where he was playing full-time slot, then I'm in on him. But Ladd McConkey doesn't need to be in the slot, but he's going to be in the slot. So you're going to have Keenan Allen not really playing X, but he's going to be playing flanker, which he just doesn't have the separation anymore. So he'll still do okay, but it's more of like a Rashad Bateman situation where his numbers might look good at the end of the year, 800 yards, 6 touchdowns, 60 catches. You're just never going to know when to start him. And there's in no world, unless Ladd gets hurt, are you going to feel confident starting Keenan Allen. I don't like drafting players like that. I like guys that have a chance to climb up the depth chart, or maybe on an underrated team if they're already the number 2 that are ascending players, and he is definitely not an ascending player. Pierre, thoughts on Keenan Allen this year? He's tag teaming this with me. Again, if you are just joining this or you've been here and you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate it. You can check out all the stuff. You'll get notifications when I stream. I'll be doing at least... I got a 10 o'clock draft tonight. I'm doing one more. It's 250. And then tomorrow I have 3 drafts. The day of the league, I'm going to stream those. Answering all your questions along the way. We have start-sit decisions, streaming defense decisions, conversations about God knows what. I'm here for it. Pierre says, fine, not amazing about Keenan Allen. Yeah, Michael says I agree. Sadly, love Keenan. Keenan was the ultimate underrated pick. Like he was trying to think of a comparison of a guy that's just like Tyler Lockett, right? Always underdrafted in like 6 years straight of beating his ADP, and it was always Keenan Allen doesn't catch touchdowns until he actually caught like 8. But it was 100 catches, 1,100 yards every year in the fourth, fifth round. In a time where receivers weren't all doing that, and it was just because he was an unsexy pick. But Keenan Allen, man, big slot receiver, love the dude. I actually I know this. He was on not Dancing with the Stars, the Masked Singer. My wife was watching that. I saw him on there. Good voice too. Probably hogged out. I bet he has a huge hog too. Oh, and there Keenan Allen went 9-8. Krosky Merritt. So who am I looking at here? Is there a quarterback I'll take? Not yet. Is there a running back I'll take? Ooh. I wish I could take Shaheed, man, but I have Olave. Can't be doing that now. Oh. We're going to go ahead and take Trey Benson, I think. Man, this could be a spot for Nick Chubb, but I have Javonte, so I'm going to go ahead and take Trey Benson. My favorite of the handcuffs besides Charbonnet, because Benson is going to have a weekly role, and we don't know what it is. I think it's 35%. I don't know if you guys saw that the screen pass touchdown he had in the preseason. Dude, he is just he's like Dalvin Cook is who I cop Trey Benson to. A bigger, but he's kind of stiff when he runs. Who did you get, Pierre? Sorry, I was having Josh Downs. 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 receivers. I have 5. I'm a little more comfortable than you are going out of the draft with 5 receivers if I like my 5. Just because I know there's going to be many more possible receivers on the waiver wire because how wacky it is with injuries and shit than running backs. Like all the backups get drafted. You get 1 or 2, 3 maybe relative guys that could start at running back throughout the year. There's like 7 or 8 dudes that'll pop up at wide receiver. So, and like there's not going to be any handcuff running backs available because I'm going to own them all. So weird. I don't understand taking Etienne and Bigsby because there's a world where they're just splitting all year and then Tootin mixes in and you're getting nothing from both those picks. I don't get it. All right, 15 minutes. I have a home league draft at 8 o'clock. I'll just do that here, so I'll keep the stream on. Probably not going to be able to do draft grades, but I got to see what pick I have. You know what's weak about a home league is not doing like a draft order. Like I always do, like I film it, I send it to the league. It's exciting to know what pick you had. You can trade picks. This is an ESPN. You find out an hour before. So weak, dude. Let's see. 12-team PPR. Only $150. Pretty weak, but it's against a bunch of scrubs. 10th pick. Oh, yeah, I like that. I dig it. Drake May in the 10th round. What is going on here? I might have to take Kyler Murray. And, oh, we might need to get our QB, though. Yeah, I mean, there's so many options, dude. Look at all these dudes still available. And there's a lot of good options at running back here. Nick Chubb still available. Holy shit. I have Trey McBride. Oh, there goes Brock Purdy. Okay. Question is, would I dare have the balls to go Justin Fields ahead of Kyler Murray? I think I'd take one of those two. These Kyler slides. I know, man. Disrespectful. We all hate Kyler. We know he sucks at football, but he has the cheat code and he has, like, as a scrambler, like 25 touchdown potential passing. I don't think I can take Fields ahead of Kyler. I just don't think I can. And the biggest Fields guy in the world. And I hate Kyler, but I just can't do it. We all hate Kyler, dude. He's a bum. He's good at video games. I mean, supposedly. Maybe he sucks at video games, too. He just plays a lot of them, which is actually more sad. Maybe this year he'll actually read the playbook and like get in the film room a little bit. That'd be cool.
Should
He's
I
got the
start
weapons.
Food?
Yeah. There goes Ray Davis. They're taking my handies, dude. I'm giving Frank a handy under the table. Name that show. Whoever names that show first gets a thumbs up for me. I'm giving Frank. It's from Gail the Snail. Thoughts on Ramondre? I think last year I'm so scarred because Ramondre is one of my dudes. I just thought the Patriots would be a little better than they were. And I knew he'd have all that workload, but he fumbled a bunch and like lost his job to Antonio Gibson, who's a knucklehead. That being said, I kind of do like Ramondre. I wouldn't take him here, and I'm just going to take Kyler. This is pick 127. Jeez, crepes. Jeez, crepes. Now you can have Justin Fields, dude. I trade you. This one's kind of warm. I opened it and had it in here before I started the stream. It's been 2 hours. Have you had room 40? Can you be more specific? Room 40. I'm an old dude, man. I don't know slang, so I know what LOL means. Room for these nuts. What is have I had room for these nuts? Is that like a joke? I'm into jokes. I have a great sense of humor, okay? I'm the only one that says that, but fuck it. If you believe it, it's true. All right, Pierre. You're taking Justin Fields or Jared Goff. I can guarantee that. We know each other's draft tendencies way too well. Is that guy in the chat? Wow. NBA true. I don't know. Room for these nuts. Ryan says, Ryan Radio, maybe he will grow. I think he's talking about Kyler. I mean, we all hope so. Najee Harris, he's waiting at quarterback. I guess why not? You're going to get either Fields or good. You know what? That's a smart, savvy play. I didn't have the luxury of that. I like the E10 spot. This guy's just giving me like riddles, man. I've been drinking too much to have riddles, dude. Next two have QBs. Yeah, but they're going to take a backup. One of them's taking a backup. They could have both taken a backup and screwed you, but you would have had Herbert. Sam says, is Jordan Love really getting 55 a year in terms of like 55 mil a year? Probably, dude. Every quarterback makes a shitload. He's still young, though. He had one badass year, then he got hurt. All right, here comes your quarterback, Pierre. Take him. You got to take him, or I'll take another one and screw you over. Because I want some of these handies, dude. Again, no one answered my question. The quote, I'm giving Frank a handy under the table. No one knows what show that's from? That's disappointing. I have the shirt up on my wall next to me. Demario Douglas. Woof. Buzz your girlfriend. Woof. My guy is Goff, so... Yeah, I can see Goff being like the pick over Kyler, but... Or sorry, over Justin Fields. I play to win, and Justin Fields is a winning pick. Or a losing pick. Man, Tootin is fucking falling now. This dude took Dowdle? Fuck you. Alright, well, looks like we're going to have to take... This guy's got 3 running backs, man. And McCaffrey and A-Chain and Dobbins? Dude, that's the most frail running back room I've ever seen in my life. Alright, sweet. Thanks. Sorry, Bijan owner. Sorry. Can't believe you let me have Chubbs and that guy sniped me. Chubbs? You didn't get Chubb. Oh, I was going to let you have Chubb and he sniped you. Yeah. Well, I already have, like, I don't like Javonte Williams and Chubb on the same team because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Unless I actually went, like, 0 RB. Like, I want Benson and Algier. I would almost want Algier over him in that situation. Because I don't even know my team. I have Barkley and Pollard, so that's fine. There goes Herbert. So, what kind of options do we have? Not a lot. Dude, Shaheed is still available, man. Okay, stop saying I reached on Tony Pollard. I took him a little early, but it worked for my team. All right? You reached on DeAndre Swift. All right? Pierre just hating. Haters gonna hate. And there's still 2 really good backups that I might have to take. There's 4 options here. I'm gonna have to take one because I'm not rolling with just a solo Kyler. For all I know, Call of Duty gets released in November, I think. That's a good pick right there, Cedric Tillman. That would have been lovely. Here I am rolling with just 5 fucking receivers. I have to take one more. Pierre says that's a decent Swift spot if you don't like Monty. Well, I don't like Monty, no. This draft is taking forever, dude. It's been 54 minutes. Usually they're done in like an hour and 5. Come on, dudes. Make y'all picks. Go over the squad here for you guys real quick. We got Kyler at quarterback, Barkley, Pollard, London, Wilson, Olave, and Pearsall with Trey McBride at tight end. Addison's the bench receiver with Javonte Williams as some security and 2 elite handcuffs. Let's take a look at Pierre's team here. He's got Goff, Henry, Walker, Brian Thomas, Mike Evans, George Pickens, Tucker Kraft, love that. DeAndre Swift as flex. Diggs, Shakir, Downs, and Najee Harris. I love your receiver bench, man. Your depth at receiver is lovely. That would be lovely. It's real good, man. Well, you keep on telling me that my Tony Pollard pick fucked you, but yet you say I reach on him. I guess both could be true. What up, Brick? My boy Brick. We like Brick around these parts. He's a real bro. What's the quote from Ferris Bueller? They think he's a righteous dude. Look at that Shaheed pick, man. I love that pick. 13th round. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. All right. Well, we're just going to take another upside quarterback here. And sorry about that, Pierre. That would have been a great pairing with your Goff. See, I know your draft strategy too, so I can just kind of screw you too. And there goes Caleb Williams. So you're going to be stuck with Jordan Love. Maybe not even. Maybe Trevor Lawrence. Nope, you're going to get Jordan Love, you son of a bitch. Thought about Fields indeed. I mean, it's a tough click, Fields over Goff. Like, it's even hard to say that Fields has more upside than Goff because he throws for 4,500 yards and like 30 touchdowns every year. But in this format, I know it's 20 yards per point, but in this format, the rushing quarterback is such a cheat code. And I just have the belief that I think Justin Fields, if he plays all 17 games, not only is he going to have 1,000 yards, he might have 1,200 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns. I think his passing numbers are going to be better than people think too. NBA, what's your thoughts on rookie running backs this year? Overhyped or stacked? Overhyped, for sure. Always overhyped. Genty, probably fine at value. Hampton, taken too high. Travion, a little too high. I feel like Harvey is more fair. The problem with Harvey is like you can definitely play Travion day one, game one. I don't know if you feel comfortable. I mean, you're not really going to have the option to start someone else over Harvey week one, but it's going to be a slower start. But I don't know, man. I think they're just overhyped. Like Cam Scatterbo, I think is good value. The fact that he goes 2-3 rounds later than Tracy, like give me that all day. You're not going to get much day one. Not going to get much week 4. You're going to get a lot week 7 through the end of the year. There goes Leggett. So you took Joe Mixon, dude. Pierre. What are you doing? You're gonna get Trevor Lawrence, which is cool. You passed up on Jordan Love to get a guy that's not playing this year. Do you know something about Joe Mixon that I don't? What do you know? What about rookie wide receiver? Man, I'm pretty bullish on Travis Hunter. At least I was. I took him in like 3 of my first 4 drafts in the 6th, 7th round, and then it's just an unknown. Luckily, I have him in my IDP league. I could put him in my IDP spot. That's lovely. This is weird. Just in case Chubb dies. Well, yeah, I guess. But it doesn't matter what happens with Chubb because Mixon's not playing this year, bro. Or he's not going to be anything good. Whoa. You're just rolling with Jared Goff, huh? Ballsy. I should take a third quarterback and just fuck your butt. Oh, fuck yes. Hold on. I'm going to keep on risking it and just taking guys that I think are league winners. We'll take Blake Corum. My 10th Blake Corum share. No, I took Marks. I know. What? Whoa. Oh, you took Marks? You took Mixon before, though. Oh, I see. You took Marks and Mixon. Okay. I see. I would have just preferred taking Marks and not Mixon. I just don't have high hopes, man. Like, at all. I've been a Mixon guy forever. Palmer might be good, especially with the news. Let's see. I have 2 more picks before kicker and defense. And this time, I never take kicker and defense. This is a day before the season starts. I probably will take kicker and defense. Not much is going to come from this, so I need 1 more receiver here. I'm not taking a backup tight end. Doubs and Palmer seem pretty good for me. I don't really need to shoot the moon for this pick. I just want a playable dude. I said just in case, upside stash or Mixon. Don't have anyone I like in Q. I mean, you'd rather take Joe Mixon than my pick, Blake Corum. Like, I think it's been established Blake Corum is the handcuff for Kyron, right? Or are we disagreeing with that one? Because you get a chance to get the starting running back of the Rams system. I know maybe I'm too much on the handcuff game, but like when those hit, you win leagues. I just don't know what the upside is of Joe Mixon. Like, I just don't know if he's playing. Oh, it is clear because I have not heard a thing about Jarquez Hunter since like June, dude. Didn't look great in preseason. Corum is the dude, man. I like Kyron this year, where he's going, like 3rd round. Like if you get him in the mid to early 3rd. But Blake Corum is a better player than Kyron Williams, dude. I watched Kyron Williams 2024 highlights, right? It was a 10-minute video. Dude, he did not have a single run over 20 yards. It was literally every play was like them 1st and goal on the 3. And he's kind of a little pinball. He's a bulldog. And he had a couple savvy catches, but like dude has no wheels, no agility, and they give him a million touches. So I don't like him. I like him in fantasy. It's just I also like the backup there. And I know Sean McVay's a 1 running back guy. He's monogamous with his backfields. All right, I'm doing some multitasking here. Got my other draft going on, so what pick is it? McCaffrey wins 3rd overall in this league. Barkley, Gibbs. Is this week on fucking 4 straight running backs? That's wacky, wild stuff, man. Buddy takes May, Purdy, and Lawrence in 5 picks. Good. Dude, if you had seen some of the drafts I did, like my wife's Fantrax, there was a dude that left the draft, 2 guys, separate guys, that had 5 quarterbacks. One guy had 3 running backs, and the other guy left the draft with 3 receivers. He had multiple tight ends. So, like, he barely even fills his lineup out, and he has 5 quarterbacks. And, like, 5 minutes after the draft, he drops 2 of the quarter. He drafted, like, Aaron Rodgers and Tua and Stafford were his, like, back 3. And the best thing is he had Josh Allen. One guy took Josh Allen in the 1st round and took 5 quarterbacks. And I was like, he didn't even have a bench. And he's picking up for waiver fodder when he could have just taken some high upside guys. I was like, okay. Who's the best quarterback left for Young or Tua? You don't have a second one, huh? I mean, that's a tough one, dude. Tua as a backup's tough because he might not be your backup for long. Let's see. Who do we have available? Sorry, I am up in this league here. Dude, all the running backs are gone. Okay. We're going to take Nico, I think. Nico? Leaning on Bryce. And Bryce has a, well, you don't need the week 1 matchup, but did someone take fucking my handcuff? Will Shipley? No. You can't take Will Shipley, you son of a bitch. I'll take Dubs. I hate that pick. That's a good best ball pick, but all right. What's your take on Trey Benson? I love Trey Benson. If you notice, I took him in the 10th round. I feel like Trey Benson may have some, it's a funny quote, some minor standalone value this year, and James Conner's coming off his first healthy year since the Obama administration. So he's a year older. They'd be smart to work in Benson more, and it works either way. If they work in Benson more, you might have a occasional flex play in a pinch. If they don't work in Benson more, then James Conner is getting hurt. So it's a win-win either way. I love Trey Benson. I was not the biggest fan of him coming out as a prospect. I think I figured he just wasn't like a day one NFL starting running back because he was a second rounder out of Florida State. Reminded me of Dalvin Cook a little bit. Super great metrics, like 4.39 40 at 220 pounds. Pretty stiff as a runner, but actually underrated pass catcher and just built for a 3-down load. Not the best vision, but he can do some work, man. A-Chain, Bowers. Genty's available in the 2nd round. Holy moly. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and take that. Little Nico and Genty start in this ESPN league. All right. I'm going to have to get off here. I have Benson too. We love Benson. I can't do draft grades for this one, but I will be back at 10 p.m., so 2 hours, 10 p.m. Central for my last draft of the night. And then I have 3 more tomorrow. They are, I think, noon, 2, and 4, something like that. Ollie's been gone since the 10th round. Ollie Gordon does not get out of the 10th round anymore, folks. Luckily, I got like 6 or 7 Ollie shares early on, like 15th round, and I got a couple in the 12th, 13th. Like now it's just almost too rich for me. Like I don't know if I'm taking Ollie over Trey Benson. I just don't think I am. Speaking of Trey Benson. One more pick till I'm up. Is there a running back I like? There is not. And I probably have too many as is. Don't need a backup tight end, so we're going to go ahead and take an upside shot at receiver. It's going to be Thornton. It's going to be Pat Bryant. Let's go ahead and take Thornton. Probably going to be dropped in a week anyway. And then I will take a defense. Like Houston's. That's really it. Screw me. Damn it. Seattle. Oh, the Rams. I like the Rams. All right. I'll take either of those. My other draft is on my phone. It's a home league. I don't want to stream that one. And I need to take a piss and eat some dinner. It's been 2 hours of this. I also had my wife's draft earlier. I'm on like a 12-day bender, just drinking, drafting. Sam was in there on Saturday, my oldest home league that we do at my buddy's parents' house, $1 million house. Fucking we drank till 6 in the morning. I had drafts all day after that. Didn't sleep. Maybe I slept an hour. But I haven't really caught up from that. It's fine, man. This is a celebration. I don't know if you guys are hardcore about NFL like I am, fantasy, gambling, all that shit. Like it's been a two month. I mean, honestly, since like the NFL draft, that kind of it wets your willy a little bit. But these last 2 months, it's just painful. And now we are actually there. So almost there. And then the weird thing is, once it starts, it's fucking over so fast. So fast. Matthew, really enjoyed this draft. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Matthew. Hopefully you subscribed. Appreciate you guys. Positivity in the comments, too. I like that. It hasn't been a lot of arguments. There's been, like, friendly arguments. I'm in for that, man. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Doesn't mean you have to be. It's a good quote for you. That's deep shit. I want that on my tombstone. As well as, like, draft all handcuff running backs. This man went down drafting every handcuff known to man. I had a team once that was the kinky sheriff. I had, like, handcuffs and, like whatever they call it, the thing you fucking spank people with, a whip, and the kinky sheriff, because I just had all the handcuffs. Although I rarely take my own handcuff, I always take others. That's how you win. It's also how you lose, I suppose. But appreciate you, Matthew. Doing a lot of stuff here this season. We've already had it. We have a lot of stuff before. I'm sure everyone's drafts are pretty much over, so really no use unless you want to watch the first like 5 minutes of every video, because those are just kind of off the cuff, random, raunchy, weird conversations with cutaways. And then we get into the football talk. Those are always worth a watch. Like, I do a best of every year. It's like a 30-minute video of just the most random conversations. I'm not afraid to say whatever I feel. I got Zach Charbonnet. He goes a little high. He's the highest of the handcuffs. But hey, give it a day. Maybe tomorrow, Ali Gordon will go ahead of Zach Charbonnet. I can see that happening. Pierre, you got any drafts tomorrow, or is this your last one? Pierre. Oh, I smell that grub. Last one, I think, got a round number, 10. You're in 10 leagues total? Hey, drop me your number, bro. I'm going to text you, and I'm going to get you on the show. Already hard enough to manage 10, bro. I'm in 25 plus 10 of my wife's. Last year, I was full-time in the golf industry, waking up at 5 a.m., and I only managed like 26 last year. It could be done, but I'm also a psycho that doesn't sleep. So, yeah, drop your number. Or send me it in a comment or whatever you want to do if you don't want people to have it, and I'm going to get you on a show. Maybe a 3-way show with Story, maybe just a one-on-one with me and you. Well, I snipe as well. I wake up at 2 a.m. for my home leagues on Yahoo, and whatever guys that I want to waiver, I grab. That's a disadvantage doing this many leagues, is I'm not going to get the defense I want, and I stream defense and kicker. So I try to prioritize which leagues need them the most in terms of record, the defense I have. It is a disadvantage, but power and numbers too. 30 for 30. That'd be a good 30 for 30. The guy that I don't know how you could play more leagues. I think I've capped out. The most I've ever done is tied for this year. Usually I do around 22 or 24, like 25. What the hell is 2 extra leagues? I think once you get to 30, it's just unbearable. See this board. I have not been paying attention to this draft at all. Collins and Gentry, though. It's a good start. I should probably check the settings. I'm pretty sure it's full PPR. Last year, Pierce's last year, I did 6 separate. 6 separate on a paper, 6 square, all target waivers. 6 windows. That's nice. See, I just go 1 window. A lot of guys don't do what we do. You might lose out on a few defenses here or there. For me, it's streaming defenses, and if it's anyone really worthwhile, I'm probably just going to use a waiver on them. And the thing is, we think we know about a good kicker or a good defense to stream, but like sometimes it works out in your favor.
Yeah,
like,
but
we don't.
Bass just got hurt, I think.
Bass just got hurt?
I don't know. Is Bass hurt?
I don't know. Yeah, so Pierre says he places them in order of importance. See, Pierre is my kind of dude. We see fantasy similar, so I do appreciate you. You're a sicko like me, so not many of us left. A lot of these analysts, I was just telling my wife that like the fantasy footballers and all these dudes, she was telling me that she's actually watching the show by herself, which love her for that. She's getting into it, but she's like they all play like 6, 8, or maybe 10 leagues. And this is their guys, they don't have actual jobs, dude. It's their job. And they play 6 or 8 leagues. It's pussy shit, man. For those dudes, they're pros, right? Come on, man. I expect more. I expect more. So you really want to follow their advice? Like I'm telling you, I have $7,000 into this shit. That's a lot of money for me. I'm telling you what I would do. I'm showing you what I would do, and I've been successful every year. Like they're just telling you, and maybe not the footballers. They're not a good example, but there's a lot of guys. The fantasy football counselor, that guy's a bum. We don't know. They're just telling you shit. Like, are they putting their real money on the line for this shit like I am? I don't think so. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. And you could tell or not. The idea is you take your knowledge, you take my knowledge, and we kind of just we win together, right? What up, Cry Dog? This is actually I'm getting off right now. I just did 2 in a row. I have a home league right now that I don't want to stream because I don't want these guys to see my queue. So no, Houston has the Pierre says LA Rams versus Houston is risky. That they have the worst O line in the world, man. So I don't know how risky it is. And the Rams have a great pass rush, so maybe. Anyways, I appreciate all of you guys for the. Let's see, am I up? Not yet. I'll sign off here in a second. I don't want to miss my pick. Henderson's available. We got JSN still available. Jesus. Might take Hendy. Best of luck this season to you, Pierre. I will. I'll talk to you. Yeah, I'll DM you at some point. Thanks, Cry. Love you too. Awesome. Appreciate all you guys. I will. I'll talk to y'all soon.